It's a lot of.
Unmuted,
It's like all the stats.
and main. So guys, no, it's like CPU usage. What else? Any frames dropped?
Golly.
What else? Making sure live.
We can go live
Like-
for 434 hours,
That's
dude.
what, that's what I like about it. That's what I like OBS. And look at the usage.
Yeah, it's
like-
dead low,
Yeah,
mad low.
easy, mad. Hello, fellow kids.
Mad nice. I know the memes.
So, guys, how are you? Welcome back to the Options Today podcast, episode 117.
Ooh.
This is a podcast where me and Ruben, we get together on Friday nights. We talk about video games, see what's going on, share it with you guys, and let y'all in on what's going on with our lives. We usually with our weekly recaps. Guys, we really appreciate that you are here, whether it's on a Friday night like today, or whether you're like driving to work and catch us on a podcast or on YouTube or whenever. We like really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. We love doing this, and we just like sharing a little bit with you guys. We start every episode with "How was your week, Ruben?"
Ooh.
I'm making sure I'm hit record this time. I'm all like, okay.
Yeah, you have it. You got it. All right.
And I even made sure to hit the setting record when streaming. Made sure.
Yeah.
Watch, it's gonna be on my stream and not the OS one.
It's all right. We'll figure it out.
I told Mikhail, I was like, because you took me off of mute, right? She's like, no, I was put you on mute. I'm like, I don't get a
Took
plays.
me off of mute, right?
Yeah, she's like, I don't get any plays if you put me on mute. She's like, you don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
About that.
How was your week, dude?
Week went pretty well, man. So Friday, I was looking for a car, as we talked about last week.
That's right.
On the podcast. And so I went Saturday morning. Me and Alice went to go have some breakfast at one of my restaurants that I delivered to. And we ended up going. I ended up going to work right after. So we went to eat breakfast, and then we drove immediately to work because it's closer to my job than, driving back home.
You made her wait in the car?
No. I got AC in the truck or office or wherever she wants to sit.
Made her wait in the
But
car.
we weren't there but for 5 minutes because I got a call from one of the salespeople over at Honda by my house. He was like, "Hey, that 2022 you were interested in, it got here last night and
Rolled off the freaking truck.
rolled off the truck." So
Like 0.02 miles.
yeah, like 0.1 mile. No,
Nice.
it had 2 miles on it. So yeah, he was just like, "It's here," and I'm like, "All right, I'll be there in like 20 minutes or 30 minutes or however long it was gonna take." So I quickly threw the racks in the truck as quickly as I could and got back. Alice went to go get gas. She was already pulling off as I was like barely pulling into the dock when I got that call. So I threw all the racks in, and when I did that, I was parking the truck. She pulled in, and she's like, "What happened? Are you done already?" I was like, "No, but we gotta go.
I'm done.
We gotta go."
I'm leaving.
So we drove all the way to Honda. I was talking to my salesperson, and he had the car pulled into this little garage or whatever, and I looked at it. I fell in love, and went for a parking lot test drive because it hadn't been stated or anything. They couldn't legally put it on the road or whatever. So bought it right there on the spot. Been driving it all week. Drives like a dream. It's amazing. Today I had to go take it back to the dealership to get it tinted.
Good.
Because that was part of the thing that they wanted to throw. I don't know. They wanted to throw it in the
Tinted
car.
windows is good.
Yeah, they're nice, but not when it costs $400 or whatever the dealership.
So you're
charges
buying
to
it
do
from the bank. You didn't buy it yet.
It's stupid. It's stupid. But yeah. So I had the windows tinted today, and it was like the strangest thing. So like they gave me a ride home, and then
In your own car?
no, they gave me a ride home in like a whatever their fucking courtesy shuttle. You know what I'm talking about, bro? You don't ever go to the dealership? Come
No.
on now.
Never.
Anyway, they have a shuttle service that takes you places as long as you're within a certain mileage. And he calls me at like 4:45, and he's like, "Hey man, your car's ready." He's like, "You can come pick it up." And I was like, "Yeah, kind of need to ride back though. Like I got a ride home. I kind of need to ride back because Alice had already gone to work at that time." And he goes, "Okay, well we're sending a ride for you. You're at this address." Right? I was like, "Yeah, cool." So I get a message on my phone like 2 seconds later. And it's fucking. They sent a lift for me.
Nice.
Which is like the weirdest thing. I'd never seen a dealership do that before, but I guess I've been out of the dealership game for 10 years or so now. So I thought that was kind of nifty.
They're probably just short on cars and need other people.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably the guy was going home or something because it was close to 5 o'clock or whatever it was. But it was kind of cool. I was like, "Oh, cool. They sent a lift for me or whatever." And a guy took me, I picked up the car, came back, and then got ready for the podcast and whatnot. But I've still got a lot of things to do. I got to get a easy tag on it so I can get here faster. And yeah, I mean that's like
You already got your phone programmed and everything?
Yeah, it's all wireless. Everything. It's wireless Android Auto, car charging. The damn car will just drive itself. It's pretty nifty.
You just gotta put your hand on the steering wheel or something?
Yeah, you just gotta have your hands on the steering wheel so you don't veer off the lanes or whatever.
Nice.
But it's got a little camera like right on the front, and it detects when other cars are around. It's got sensors all the way around the car, parking sensors. It's got sensors out the ass, bro. It's got sensors everywhere.
Yeah, the brand new cars, all the technology they put in there.
Bro, all the chips that aren't going into GPUs. So much so, matter of fact, that they only give you one key for the car.
Really?
Yeah.
That's odd.
There's a chip in the key fob. So they give you the key cutout, and they're like, "We'll send you the actual fob in like 6 months. Don't lose your key." I was like, "Oh, okay." Cool.
So it's the regular key with the fob attached to it, and then just a regular bare bone, just
the
metal
key. Yeah, the metal key to actually unlock the doors in case you lock them or something.
As long as it still functions.
Yeah. There's no way to start the car with that metal key, but
really?
Yeah, no, there's no. It's all with the fob. Like whenever I dropped the car off earlier, he's like, "Oh, I just need the fob. Take your." I was like, "Don't lose that, dude. That's the only one." I was like messing with him. I was like, "Don't lose that shit." He's like, "No, I know. It's all good." So yeah, bought the car. Love it. And having a good time with it so far.
I went rims and drop it.
Nah, man. I didn't go for like the sports car thing this time. I went for more of like a sedan. On the more higher. It's not luxury, but like on
bells and whistles.
It's got the bells and whistles,
yeah.
But it isn't like a fucking 7 Series BMW or nothing like that. It's just something that I wanted, something comfortable, something nice, and yeah.
Do Honda Civics come with that Lexus or that BMW 7 Series packages?
Well, I don't know what the fuck is in a BMW 7 Series package, but
you just said
well, I'm just saying it's not like a fucking. What I'm saying is it doesn't have like a V8 fucking twin turbo.
Oh yeah, you don't need that.
It's like, I didn't go for the sports car. I just went for more on the luxury side.
The way I see it is you're upgrading from your Lancer, which with the AC kept breaking down, right?
Yep.
So does it have a reliable AC?
Oh yeah.
There you go. That's all you need.
And good gas mileage.
And great gas mileage.
I got like 40 coming over here. I was like, Jesus Christ.
You don't.
Dope. So having a good time with the car and all that stuff. So that was my week with that. Work went by pretty easily. I was still training the guy that I was training last week. This week, he took over more and more, and like basically
the guy that had like 20 years experience already.
Yeah,
nice.
So basically, I just had him running my route while I was just there as a safety net again, and he's doing pretty well.
Hanging in there, getting the ropes, learning the ropes and shit.
He just got to learn the handheld. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's just like the steps of enter this and the value of this or whatever.
So he got all that down this week. He's doing well. I'm assuming that next week he'll be done with me probably by Friday. Wednesday I have a new manager starting Monday, and then he'll be riding with me Wednesday to learn the ins and outs of what I do. He's also comes from the industry and has experience.
Good.
So I'm glad I'm not getting like a green person that doesn't know what the hell's going on, because to be fair, like most of the ones that all 3 of the managers that we currently have there now, none of which are my direct manager, but all 3 of them that we have that are district managers now are all fresh into the business. And the only one that knows, or the only one that I feel like has fucking got it down is the one female that started, and she's fucking killing the damn game. She's doing a great job, but I feel like she's the only one that's actually got it down, because I've literally had to show the other 2 how to do their jobs twice this week, and I'm getting kind of like
they just don't know like the methods or the paperwork or using the
all of that. So they've been there longer than she has. She comes in and just fucking starts murdering it. Not only that, but with kids and fucking going to school at night. But she's killing the damn game.
That reminds me of the phrase: you gotta crawl before you walk, and you gotta walk before you run. Like if you want to be in a leader management position, why don't you know these jobs? And even if you start coming from an outside source, from an outside area. Mm-hmm. Your priority should be to learn the ins, so you could talk to your employees and how to function. Mm-hmm. It's too hot. It's too much work. I don't want to do that.
There's a lot of that, but I get none of that from her.
Good.
Which is what I.
Well, that's good. Yeah, high praise to that, because I like when I can see that in our supervisor, because I'm a manager now. I drove for 5 years. Like that ain't shit.
That's nothing.
That's nothing. Yeah, that's not enough to get your own route, know the ins and outs. Mm-hmm. And the job's at least with my job, it's always always adding new stuff and constantly changing and evolving. That even if you say I did for 5 years, 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
What the fuck does that mean? You know, you're so out of touch.
I did it back when we had carbon copies.
That was for a while. I mean, I got in after that, but still, it just. I think that's probably problems that some of the management has nowadays, where they come into something and they totally forgot where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
Where they, you know.
I agree.
I think they're out of touch sometimes, especially when it comes to this Texas heat, where out there like, well, how come you're not in the building by now? How come you're not done? Like, dude, it's fucking. It's like almost triple digits heat index, and then inside the truck is even hotter, and then we're fully loaded, understaffed.
Yeah, people always ask me why I look mad all the time. I was like, I'm not mad. I'm just tired and hot. It's hot outside.
Mostly
hot. I don't know.
Mostly hot. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know this, but it's hot.
Yeah, and it's August now.
But yeah, man, it's been an interesting week at work. It was pretty chill for me. Like
Good.
I felt like I really didn't lift anything up. So yeah, well, the whole time my coworker was pulling stuff, I'm sitting down doing push-ups or squats or pull-ups on the bar or whatever the whole day. So I had at least something to do. So
he's something to do.
Bro, I mean, he's killing it, dude. I'm happy that he's here.
Good.
I'm happy that we're getting quality people, and this guy,
It's functioning.
I feel like he's gonna do well, and I can't wait for him to get his own route so he can show everybody that he can do it.
Good.
So there's that, and then as far as gaming is concerned, this week I played a lot of Returnal.
Yeah, I'm glad you got back into that game.
It's very good.
I saw you in some Ice World.
Yeah, so
I'm guessing that was later after the red part.
Right. The first 3 bosses is like the prologue, I guess. I don't know.
Hideo Kojima production.
Pretty much, dude. It's
like what?
Like there's what's cool about the game, and I didn't realize this until I got to play a little bit more and more, is like you don't have to replay the same bosses every act or every area like you would Hades or name any other roguelike out there. It's not like you Enter the Gungeon, where you have to go through the world and then you end on the boss and then you can move to the next spot. Like once you kill the boss in that world,
it becomes optional, right?
You unlock the portal to the next place and then you can move on from there. And so I was always going into it with the mentality of my previous roguelike playthroughs, where I would go through the area, clear it out, go to the boss, and then move on, and so on and so forth. But then that's where I felt like the game ate up too much of my time, where it would take like 2 to 3 hours a run, to meticulously clear out every room, look for all the upgrades and all that stuff, which is also beneficial to you at the same time, but also like not necessary, and it will eat up a lot of your time. So I got through the first 3, the last one being mad difficult. He is just... So he's got 3 phases, like all the bosses in that game. The first phase starts off pretty easily. It's just like this giant being, and then he's got like 5 other smaller beings on the sides of him and stuff. And they'll come in. He's shooting at you the whole time. It's called I think he was called like the White Death or something like that. I can't remember. It was like White something.
And that was the 4th boss.
Third boss.
The third boss. Wait, I thought his name was like... Is that about the one in the red stage, in the red area? Because he had those 2 like kind of floating, the kind of like crisscross.
Yeah, that's the third area.
Okay.
That's the third, because the red area is like World 1, 2, and 1, 3 at the same time.
Okay.
So it's like you do one and then you do the other right afterwards.
So it's still the same
biome,
just
right?
Different colors.
Just a different area of that.
Okay.
Of that biome.
I thought since they went to like the kind of like ice colored, like it's okay, different, new biome, new boss, everything.
The ice comes in the second. Like I'd already passed that part. So like that boss, he has like these things that. The first phase, they kind of shoot at you while he's shooting at you. And then the second phase, they break that stage up. And he'll rotate on different areas of this platform. And then it kind of opens it up after that. Like, it opens it up where, like, the little guys behind him will, like, move to other platforms and shoot at you from those platforms. So not only do you have to be aware of the boss's projectiles, but you also have to be aware of the other sub-bosses that don't take hits or damage or anything at that point. And then, they're kind of annoying. And then once you beat that second phase, the third phase opens up, and you just start free falling, and you have to platform your way to the main boss while all the other little, I guess his minions or whatever are shooting at you. While his ads are shooting at you that you cannot shoot or disable in any way. So you have to dodge the entire time and make your way closer and closer and closer to where you can shoot him. And then do massive DPS until he pushes you out but you're constantly changing platforms and constantly moving and constantly doing this.
Like
and then
jumping, air dash, and while avoiding stuff and all of that.
Right. You have to dodge everything.
Grappling hooks.
All that. So like once you finally make it past that part, there's this cutscene that makes you believe that the game is over, but it starts off like in the future of where you were already at. So it's basically like the same biomes, but hundreds of thousands of years into the future. It feels like where like everything is overgrown and like pretty crazy looking, and like things get harder, of course, and they start you off at like a higher weapon level. And so that's the part that I'm in now. I finally got the ability to walk in the wastes, and I finally got the ability to swim.
Nice.
Which I hadn't had until like last night whenever I was streaming. So
how's swimming?
Swimming underwater level is terrifying.
The mechanics of actually.
There's no
it.
swimming. It's you can literally just fall to the bottom, and it's like another level, but you jump higher and you jump for longer.
Okay.
But also it's such an open plane always that things just come at you from all different angles, like no matter where you are on this map. Like these like one hit HP things just keep coming at you all the time. It's fucking annoying. So you have to be on the lookout always. So that's the part that I'm in right now that I lost in last night, and I decided to call it a night. But it's progressively getting harder and more challenging, and I'm enjoying the shit out of it. And I'm glad that I did pick it back up again and give it some more time, because it did need that more time.
So when did you learn that you could skip the bosses?
Probably like a few weeks ago. Okay,
before you took your hiatus or after?
I already knew about that.
Okay.
But like the part of me that didn't want to skip the bosses was there, so I had to like retrain myself to play the game. I was like, okay, I'm gonna not fight those bosses anymore. I'm just gonna go to the next boss and try to complete and keep completing. So that didn't happen until like a few weeks ago. Whenever I started playing the game again, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it this way instead of like
to speed through it.
Just to try.
Because you can fight those bosses, but it's risk reward. Like, hey, do I want this?
It doesn't really
do
anything
where I'm at
for you.
now. I'm fine.
It doesn't really do anything for you in the long run anyway. It just maybe gives you a power up that you didn't have, or an artifact that you didn't have, or whatever. So, played a lot of that game this week. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Good. I'm glad you're playing it again, because I know you got put off because of some bug, and then
eventually, originally, it was the bug. Yeah, it was the game save bug. So I'm glad that that's gone. But the game is great. If you have the chance to play it, please do. I think it's on sale right now too from the PlayStation store. Yeah, it's like $50 instead of $70. So
you bought it for like 20.
Yeah, I got it for $20. Excuse me. I also played a little bit of Destiny 2 here and there. Nothing crazy.
With the boys, what'd y'all do? Some more vlogs?
No, I actually didn't play with the boys this week at all. Everybody's been kind of doing their own thing, so I let them do their own thing. I was doing my own thing. I was basically just trying to get a specific weapon that was only dropping from a GM. And I did get that weapon, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So as soon as I got it, I stopped playing. So I only played for like maybe an hour of Destiny this week.
Okay.
Side note to Destiny 2, they did announce some crossplay stuff that's coming and how it would work. And they also announced some changes to the classes. They're trying to rebalance every subclass within each elemental affinity. So they're changing, top tree, bottom tree, middle tree in their respective areas.
Is there some classes you see a lot more, or some classes you see a lot less of?
Yeah, so like in GMs, it's Stasis, Warlocks, Void Titans, because they have the wall, the barrier, and then that's about it. Like, that's all that anybody's looking for. Like, nobody's looking for Hunters or anything like that. So they're trying to buff up Hunters. They're trying to buff the other subclasses. That way they can make them more evenly matched and more evenly used. So they put out a This Week at Bungie thing, I think on the 5th. And they were talking about that. So the changes that are coming to the game, I'm excited for. But as of right now, I'm kind of like on coast mode. I'm just like checking.
When they buff classes, do they also nerf other ones?
Yeah, they put in a couple big nerfs that people are mad about this week.
I always find that
they didn't
curious.
They didn't put it in, but they nerfed some because like
if something's like game breaking, like it's breaking the game. If it's breaking the game, sure, change it. But if it's just because it's really strong, like...
No, it's not because it was strong. Okay. It was because it was breaking the game.
Okay, so then for sure, change it.
Like, Warlocks had this thing where they could, like, Icarus Dash, I think is what it's called. And they had, like, a set number of charges over a certain amount of time. And then now they're, like, nerfing the amount of charges and the amount of time. And people that play Warlock and specifically Icarus Dash and, like, use that to get out of bounds or to fast travel across maps very quickly, that's going away, and they're kind of salty about it. Shouts out to Jackal for that one. but definitely got to go. I never used it, so I'm not biased towards it. Yeah,
You're not missing
I'm
it.
not missing it.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. I did play a little bit of Mass Effect 2 as well. I
Nice.
got to the Krogan Warlord. I'm like at the tail end of that mission right now, so I've got to go kill that one chick and then get the Krogan tank onto my Normandy, and then
Is that the one you gotta fight the sandworm at the end?
the sandworm.
Don't
I
you?
don't remember that. I remember
Oh,
you had
whatever
to.
they're called. I forgot they're called. They're
You,
giant sandworms. Don't you
you,
have to fight one?
I don't recall. It's been so long since I played it. Like to me, it feels like almost a brand new game. But like as soon as I pick it up and start playing it again, then I can start recalling events.
Yeah, it's so far removed.
But yeah, very far removed. So I've just met the Krogan Warlord, who is cloning Krogans basically for that one chick. That's
What's
where
his
I'm at.
name? In the junkyard planet?
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Something Okir.
Yeah,
No name.
yeah.
I hate a name.
So that's where I'm at with that guy right now, and all I got to do is
I
finish
remember
out that
that.
mission to get the Krogan
I
on
remember
my.
that. No, okay. I was thinking about the third game. That's right.
I'm
Because
not on the third
you
game.
go on the third game. You go to the Tachanka planet.
Yes.
Tachanka planet, and that's where you fight
Hmm?
the sandworm. My bad. Yeah, you're right.
I
On
was
that
like, where
one,
were we at?
yeah, Mass Effect 2. I just heard Krogan and evil warlords. I'm like, okay.
I also played Curse of the Dead Gods today.
Oh yeah, that one's been on my list forever. I just never executed
It's on
buying it.
It's on Game Pass.
Is
so check it out. It's actually really good. A little confusing at first.
I know they have a crossover with the Dead Cells guys. Or
Right.
Dead Cells had a crossover with them or something like that.
Right. Well, Dead Cells is in Curse of the Dead
Nice.
Gods a little bit, but yeah, it was just a little strange at first and the way it works. But I completed 2 runs, and I don't know, like it's kind of weird. So like the game is hard, it's difficult, but it doesn't feel like it's too difficult. If that makes any sense. Like I feel like I had too much health at some points. Like I felt like I should have died way earlier in the runs. But I was able to get through a red boss and then followed by a blue boss, which also has to deal with like your attribute points, like strength, dexterity, and luck, I guess. So I did red and blue, and then I got to work on green. And then after you do those, you move up in the tree list, and then you do more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like every time you complete, like as you're completing levels, you get curses or curse points. Once you hit a certain threshold, then you get a curse, and the curse could be, something really, really bad, like, oh, spike traps go off immediately, or this other trap goes off immediately, or when you get hit, you start hallucinating about other enemies or some shit like that, right? And then once you make it to the end and you fight the boss, and you can choose which room you go into, just like Hades, right? But then like once you get to the end and you complete the boss, it starts you back off at the beginning room. All your curses are gone, all your weapons and your artifacts are gone, and you restart again. So I did 2 runs of that, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like I dig it. Like I want to give it some more time, but it was just kind of like it started off a little slow for me because the tutorial was like very in depth. They were like, you can parry, you can dodge, you can do this, you can charge, you can do all these other things. You can do environmental kills, which I really liked as well. So yeah, I'm digging the game. I want to give it some more time, and I'll probably do that probably tomorrow or Sunday or something. No, I can't do Sunday, but probably tomorrow for a little bit here and there. But yeah, so far, Curse of the Dead Gods, I'm glad that Game Pass put it out, and it's because you said it was on your list for a while. It's on my list for a while. I just never pulled the trigger and bought it, and I'm glad I didn't now because the game is free to play on Game Pass, or I mean, as long as you have Game Pass or whatever.
It's available to play on Game Pass.
Available to play on Game Pass, and I downloaded it, played it, and I'm kind of like bummed that I didn't pick it up earlier because I did enjoy the 2 hours that I played today. It was very fun, very
Interesting.
Fun. So
Okay.
definitely check it out if you have Game Pass, guys. And then the last one I played this week was Starmancer, which is on PC Game Pass only at the moment. That one is by Chucklefish and another studio. I can't remember what the name of the other company was. Sorry. But Chucklefish, i.e. Stardew Valley,
yeah.
and all that good stuff. This one is more like a RimWorld / RTS / sim survival strategy game type thing.
Is in the pixelated art?
Very pixelated, but also 3D at the same time. Like the building itself is 3D. The floors are pixelated. Your characters are pixelated, and you can like rotate around and like check out and build a base and yeah. So I played for like 30 minutes of that before I came over here, but I just didn't have like time to like
sink into it. Yeah.
sink my teeth into it. So I do want to give some more time to that game as well. It seems very interesting. It seems like a good premise, and it is in early access. So I wasn't like trying to dive too deep into it. I want to kind of test the waters on it, just because like I know that things are going to change. Early access games, things change all the time. So
Of course, yeah.
I want to give that some more time. So that's what I played this week. Do you have anything for me on that?
No, I remember it's from Chucklefish. I think there was another game that was, I don't know if it was developed by them or published by them, but I think it's called Wargroove. Like it's like a tactical game. And I heard really good things about that one too. But I mean, I'll watch my buddy play it, but I don't play tactical games.
Fair enough. As far as what I watched this week, I finished the Last Dance documentary, the Michael Jordan documentary. I actually watched 2 documentaries this week, but
What's the other one?
the other one was called what was it called? Yeah, I knew you were gonna ask me that. Didn't put it on my list earlier.
What was it about? Give us a premise.
Chat
will find out.
It's it's a documentary about this kid who was like 16 and was selling drugs from his room that was probably smaller than this room, and it was like, I don't know, like $4 million of drugs at a time, like every day through the mail online at like 16, 19, all the way till he was 19. And it was all in Bitcoin online in Germany.
Really?
And he's like, it's literally him, and he's like reenacting what he did, like with the camera crew. Like while the camera crew is interviewing him, he's like, yeah, I used to just sit here and, here's all my drugs. And
what kind of drugs was he pushing?
Everything.
Whatever people wanted.
Everything. Coke, MDMA, hash, weed, fucking heroin, whatever they wanted. He didn't do any of it. So all he did was buy it from somebody, resell it, and ship it off with DHL or UPS or FedEx and, whatever. It's a fucking crazy story. He did it for like 2 years, I think, is what it was. Something crazy. But it's also inspired a movie that is on Netflix, which is called How to Sell Drugs Online, (fast). Yeah, so that's on there. But yeah, this guy and what he did, this kid and what he did. He only served 4 years. And all they confiscated from him was like 300,000 euro, which is very low.
Was it because he never handled the drugs himself or something?
I
don't know.
He handled the drugs.
I don't know. I have to watch it.
Whenever they arrested him, he had a ton, not 100 pounds or what. He had a ton of drugs.
2,000 pounds worth.
He had 2,000 pounds worth of drugs in a room smaller than this.
Damn.
Yeah, he just had it stacked up and stacked up and stacked up. He was like shipping it out and putting it in like in a aluminum sealed.
I have to watch it. Yeah, because I have so many questions, but I have to watch it. Like,
crazy.
How do you push that much volume?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, he was watching the website Silk Road develop, which was a big thing here in America. The guy got arrested, I believe, from Austin, Texas. That guy got arrested, and he was talking shit. He's like, "Oh, you just got to do it better, and you got to be smarter." And then he's like, "I can do it," and then he ended up doing it for like 2 years, and then got caught. So obviously not smarter, but yeah, that was a fucking great story. And then the last thing I watched this week was an Apple TV movie.
Which one?
Called Cherry, with Tom Holland, Spider-Man, Mr. Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know Tom Holland.
Rapper.
I know from a rapper. He's a rapper.
He's a rapper?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cherry was a phenomenal watch. I loved it very much. The guy is
Tom Holland?
Yeah. Mr. Tom Holland.
Was he in
a broken
American
man.
American accent or English?
American accent.
Okay.
And yeah, he meets this girl, falls in love. She's like, I don't believe in love, blah blah blah, and he's like, well, I love you, and she's like, well, I'm moving to Canada to go to school, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go join the army, and he does, and she's like, I was lying, I wasn't gonna move, I just, like all this other shit. So he goes, gets PTSD, and then it like picks up from there. But fucking great.
Isn't that Forrest Gump?
Great movie. No, Forrest Gump went because I think somebody asked him to. He was just so easily persuaded.
Jenny. I love Jenny.
But yeah, great movie. Cherry, goddamn, it's fucked up though. Like more towards the end, it's a fucking trippy movie. But check it out if
modern times.
Yeah,
okay.
Like 2007 to 2021.
Okay, modern.
Pretty modern. So very good movie. I highly suggest you guys check it out. I don't want to give too much away on that one, but it was pretty damn good. But
Cherry, just like the fruit.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. So that's it, man. That's about my week, dude. How
Pretty
about you? How about you? How was your week?
Work flew by pretty good. So I just got like one more week. Now go on my third and final vacation of the year. I actually got like an award today for 15 years of service at my company. It's like,
Did they give you a go watch?
I get a. I think after like 25 years of safety driving, they give you like a really nice jacket. They give you two jackets, like a nice like a gold one?
jacket, green jacket. Who
Gold
gives
jacket?
a shit?
I'm freaking Happy Gilmore. I love that movie, and I think they give it like give it another type of jacket and a watch and stuff like that.
For safe driving, not
Yeah.
for service of the company.
Yeah, like 25 years.
What do they
safe
get?
driving?
What do you get for 15 years of?
I get an extra week of vacation,
Oh, nice.
so I can't wait for next year so I could use it. So I'm thinking either I use it in February when it's super cold, or double up in August when it's super hot.
Yeah, I'd go with the August one.
So I don't know.
Definitely the August.
I don't know. We'll see. Because February, it was freezing, like
Yeah.
effing freezing.
But we got a free week of vacation anyway.
That's true. We did get it. Well, we got time off.
We got time
Didn't get
off,
paid for
yeah.
that.
True.
Didn't get
Facts.
paid for that.
Facts.
But yeah, so I was like, well, I could put it in February. That way, like I'll have one every 2 months and I'll spread it out, or double up in August. Like, well, that also sounds. If I take 2 weeks back to back, I might not come back ever. I might not ever come back. Like, fuck this. Like I
Full
used to.
beard.
Oh yeah, I'll just start streaming.
Pale as
and,
shit.
Yeah, podcasting and start something else. Do
What
another
year
job.
is it? You
Yeah.
come out like fucking Robin Williams and
Rick,
Jumanji.
It's been 2 years. It's been 2 weeks, Rick. Yeah. So I'll get an extra week starting next year. So I can't wait. So
Nice, man.
I'll figure it out. Thank you. So 15 years, like Jesus
Damn
Christ.
it,
I
boy.
told Mikhail, I was like, it's kind of sad.
Where'd it
I
go?
haven't done shit.
I ain't done shit with my life.
She's like, no, that's
Drive a
good. You're
truck.
stable. That's
Is it?
good. Yeah, that's dependable. You're a provider. I'm like, that is. I guess that's some people can't say that. Some people
Cute.
haven't done something that long in their lives,
Cue midlife
So-
crisis, Rick.
right?
He's like starts buying
I don't
a
know.
bunch of shit, crazy
Nah,
stuff.
that's not me.
I know. I'm
It's
just saying.
not. I'm too responsible. Like I start thinking too much on the far end of shit.
Stable and responsible.
You
God
have to
damn,
be.
you a double threat, bro.
I have to be.
There you go.
Because honestly, if you start just buying things in this economy now too, especially you don't know how fickle it is and shit. Like
Mhm.
you just don't know, dude. Like I always try to have at least I say 6 months worth of savings, but I think roughly like 3 or 4. But
Mhm.
just gotta be prepared because I don't know. Mikhail says that's a good thing to have. I'm probably the same boat. Like, yeah, it probably is. But at the same time, it's like, fuck, man. I know there's other people that have been traveling who had experiences, failures. Like, I kind of want to do some of that, but at the same time, like, 15 years at one place, that's not something to scoff at either. So I
Yeah,
don't
man.
know. I don't
Congratulations,
know.
dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
So work it flew by. It's pretty good, and I got vacation coming up pretty soon. I did watch Invincible. I finished it.
Oh, good. What'd you
It
think?
was pretty fun. I liked it. It was pretty cool. I like how at the end of the series, like all the arcs that they introduce you along the way
Mhm.
are potential to like split off and do their own thing, which I liked a lot. Like I really liked the one with what's his name, what the Marshala Ali's character, Returns to Stone, that character.
Right.
Yeah, I like his story arc a lot. I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah,
He
that was a pretty good
He
one.
fucking played him like a fucking fiddle.
Like
that
a
was good.
fiddle, like a
That
fox.
that was a good story arc. I like that a lot too because I was like, oh, man.
I want to know who that fucking bird Thor was, or whatever the.
That beast man, that beast cat.
I don't know what the hell he was, but he was dope, dude. He was like about to kill that dude, about to kill Invincible or
The
whatever.
beast cat or something like that. Beast
Yeah.
main or whatever it was. He just like,
Bro,
I'm out of
bro.
here. He just like
He's
teleported
like,
out. I'm
"Eh,
like,
you're not worth it.
it's like, what? He has a teleporter?
That
Okay.
guy. I was like, holy shit.
But
he was, like,
at the same time, there was a
beating
dragon that
everybody
came out of nowhere. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in this world. I don't know. There's like magic going on at the same time, but
up. Yeah.
fuck it,
Fucking
just roll
Lord of
with
the
it.
Rings.
Just fucking roll with it, dude. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on in this world, but yeah.
It's fun.
So yeah, so I finished that, and J.K. Simmons playing Omni-Man, really fucking good.
Yeah.
It just showed me like how much versatile this guy was. I always knew him just as freaking
J. Jonah Jameson.
yeah, from the Spider-Man movies, or doing those State Farm commercials. Like, what the fuck? But
Yeah.
then like after like seeing him, I was like, okay. And there was one movie, there's this one clip that Petey sent me. And it's J.K. Simmons. I think he's like a music instructor.
Oh, Whiplash. That's a
Yeah.
great movie. Yeah.
And he showed me a scene like, am I delaying or am I? And it keeps I'm like,
That's a
what the-
great scene.
I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's he really has a
Good
good
shit.
spectrum, man. I was
Mhm.
like, okay, so it really put him on my radar. So I was like, I want to see more of what J.K. Simmons has to do and stuff like that. So I was excited. So I think overall it was a fun watch. I enjoyed it, and I'm glad that Mikhail's like, just fucking watch it. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah. So I finished that.
That's
It was
good.
pretty good. I enjoyed it. I didn't watch any Attack on Titan because I basically watched all of Invincible. And the thing is, like, the story's not so in depth where like, you need like a
Like focus and pay attention.
yeah, you have to like,
Yeah.
oh, what's going on? Who's killing him? Oh yeah, who's killing this? And then they got their power. Now they're doing this. Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah, got it. Not like Attack on Titan where you're like,
Right.
ah, shit.
I did like those the clone guys in there where they kept on talking shit to each other. I was
Mahler
like, You're the
twins?
clone.
The Mahler twins or something
You're
like
the
that. You're
clone.
the clone. Yeah, I was like, oh,
You're
okay.
the clone.
I like how I really like the touch they did with Machine Head when he's talking. Like he'd be like going to the auto tuner voice. I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, okay, I like that. Okay, this show does have style. I like it.
It's
not
good.
bad.
It's a good show, man.
It's not bad. I enjoyed it. So I finished that. What else did I do for TV? I think that was about it on watching TV. Of course, exercise, swing the kettlebells. Like I said last week, I didn't exercise too much, but this week I got right back on it.
Good.
So actually, and Wednesday I did some back to the yoga, just as a stretch. I landed. I stepped outside the truck, and I felt something right here in the knee. Just I was like, oh shit. My left one's already kind of gave me, if I'm not too careful with it going down, like it'll flare up. So I've always been careful with the left. So now when I just landed on the right one, I was like, shit, great.
You've been putting too much pressure on the right one because
I
you've been
think
favoring it.
I think I land on it and come up with it since I'm right-handed. So I lead with my right foot. So it takes the brunt of the impacts.
Right.
So now I have to like alternate it. So I did a lot, but did some yoga just to help get some stretches and relax. Just still be in recovery but active at the same time. So I did that. Hit it up with some CBD ointment just to help get some of the aggravation away. But so far, like it's minor, but I want it to be minor. I'm big in the mindset of prevention is the best medicine. If it doesn't, you don't fuck it up in the first place, you'll be fine. So I always try to just be, just gotta make sure I be careful and don't, piss it off, aggravate it. So watch out for that. So yeah, swinging the kettlebells felt good. I liked it, but I want to get to the point now where, do you remember the body workouts with Leja where he's doing I think the second one where like you hold, it's like the second part is, I think it's the power workout. Like you hold the kettlebell like down by your knees and then you do squat and then you jump with it and then come back down. Like that one, I was like, that's a really good exercise because the next day all that, the posterior chain and the hammies and all that just was from loading up and jumping. I was like, man, that felt really good. I like that. So I kind of want to implement some of those workouts into like the on and 6 ones. So I'm thinking just like get all the workouts that I like and do the whole like 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. 20 seconds on, 20 seconds. Because I want to do more snatches and I want to do more cleans and incorporate that because those are fun to do. I like those. I want to do more of those explosive movement ones. I want to focus on that. So we'll see about that. But yeah, going back to the kettlebell, it was fun. I enjoyed it. What else? I played a lot of Sekiro.
Go on.
There's this optional boss.
Optional
boss.
Okay.
The owl. Your father. Jesus fucking Christ. That had to be the hardest fight in the game I had to come across so far.
Why is that?
Okay, so every move you have for him, he counters. He stays away. His AI that they gave him is a lot more smarter than the other enemies. So even if you try to use the prosthetic, the spear, he will Mirikiri counter you. So step on you and like your posture just shoots up. Okay. Well, so if I'm going to try thrust, same thing. He'll try to counter. If you try to throw a freaking shuriken at him, he just bats it away. I'm like, so all your prosthetics for the most part,
null and void.
I mean, I was able to use the firecrackers. Those help just to like kind of like disorient him and get a little slices in. And he would change his moves. He'd go for that, what's that move? That Ichigona, the one where he just holds up. He's about to come down, but he'll fake it. Sometimes and then he'll come down with a side strike.
Son of a bitch.
But not only that, he'll go with the side strike, and then he'll go back to guarding, or he'll follow with another strike behind that. So it's like you'll see that. Is he going to feint or is he going to go through? If he's he's going to go through, fine. It's just going to be a big old cleave attack in front of you. Just sidestep. But sometimes he'll feint it and go with the side,
To the side.
or sometimes, and then he'll follow with another one he throws. He has layers. He had a shit ton of layers, dude. I played him. I fought him. After I got access to him Tuesday night. I fought him for 40 minutes. Like attempt after attempt after attempt after attempt. 40 minutes.
Okay.
I got fucking whooped. I got dragon rot coming out the wazoo. Everybody's sick. I mean, all my freaking gold is gone because you know how you die, you lose half your stuff. It's like, okay, Tuesday night. So then when I came back to streaming Thursday night, chat came in there. Hot as a flame. He's like, did you beat him yet? I'm like, no, I was actually gonna grind some levels and get some stuff. We got to get back in there. Like, yes, we do.
Facts.
Yes, we do. We got to get back in there. So after an hour attempt of fighting him, finally got him.
The second day?
Yeah. The second
oh my god!
day.
So almost 2 hours of fighting.
2 streams, an hour and 40 minutes worth of attempts, dude. And like the first couple of tries, dude. Like, if I don't get a clean, if I don't go into his second stock clean, like if I die, fucking die.
Did you ever see that speed run that I told you about?
No.
No.
I know you told me about it.
Oh,
Like, they hacks it or something like that.
We gotta watch that. Whatever we're doing the upload later.
Yeah. Whatever.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
The
way they do the boss fights.
Like
alone.
it's like cool, but to me it's like okay, well.
Nah, it's not the speeding from boss to boss. It's the actual boss fights themselves. The way that they not cheese but actually get through them. You're just like, the fuck, like why
check it out.
Why did I think of that?
Yeah, but like I was just like, this is fucking nuts. But it was a really good fight. Like after finally, like actually I got a good run. Not bad. And then and here comes now his phase 2. So like he adds on to like his attacks from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But then he has another whole set because now he transforms to a spectral owl and flies across the screen and hovers above you. So you're trying to pan the camera around looking for him. And he's high above you, and he's coming down either with a slash or he's coming in with a hardcore like Mirikiri counter and shit. Like, oh my god! So, excuse me. Eventually, I was able to get him. I'm like, oh my god, that felt really great. Yeah. I loved it. Like this is why I play fucking Sekiro, dude.
Right.
I enjoyed it. It's just so much fucking fun. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. And that was, even my boys in chat were like, yeah, I think he's like the second hardest boss. I'm like,
got it.
All right, motherfuckers.
Feather in my cap.
You beat him?
No, you.
Oh, I was like, you beat him?
No, I didn't get that far.
And I asked Chad, I was like, if he's the second hardest, who's the first hardest? The last boss. I'm like, great, great. I got that look forward to. I'm like, okay, well,
it's coming soon.
Well, as long as I beat the second one, yeah. I think everybody said that I'm roughly like 75% of the game to do because I'm at the Mibu Fountain. And I don't think there's Mibu Manor. I don't think there's much left after that. I think. I don't know. So hopefully I could just put that game away and just put it behind me and just look forward to Elden Ring. I mean, I enjoy my time with it, but I'm ready to just like, okay, I want to not pull my hair out when I die. And it's not like that I pull my hair out. It's just sometimes it's like that boss particular, like that's where I got like close to the point. I got close to the point where like, fuck. And it's not like I blame the game for, oh, this is stupid, this is wonky, or, you know, whatever. It's like, it really emphasizes on your mistakes. Mm-hmm. You know, your timing. It comes down to you. You have to be ready. Like, it's not the game. It's not like the game is like, you know, like cheesy or falling apart. It's just, I died because I died. I missed something. Right. I misjudged. Wasn't prepared, and I really like it. So I'm excited. I was able to beat that boss. So I can't wait. So hopefully I'll come back again Saturday or Monday or something like that.
Let's be real, Monday.
Probably Monday.
Yeah.
I actually did stream a little bit last Saturday for a little bit, but that's just had time to kill anyway.
Heard.
So yeah. And I think that's about it for my week. If I think of anything, I don't know what to play next after Sekiro though. I'm thinking about Death's Door. I know you talked about it, and I think Ian told me about it. So I was like, and I saw some of the gameplay and animations. Like, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty chill, like not easy, but like a much less complex game than Sekiro.
Probably.
It seems like a good palate cleanser for you.
Yeah, maybe I'll
it seems like a good palate cleanser.
Yeah, maybe I'll go play fucking.
Just go play like Stardew Valley or something.
Something nice and chill. Just pull up some turnips.
Yeah, because like really this month is a little slow, man. You got Hades coming out on consoles and like Psychonauts 2, and that's about it for August that I can think of.
For what, Game Pass
No, I'm just talking about in general.
in release?
Like in general, like Hades comes out on consoles. Hades comes out on PS5, PS4, and Xbox, but that's all I can.
I know it's been on Switch already though.
Yeah, it's been out on Switch and PC, but it hasn't come to the other ones.
To the big boys.
To the big boys yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I can't really think of much other than that I want to play other than Psychonauts 2 at this point.
Really, you're excited for?
I like Psychonauts. I played the first one on the original Xbox. Fucking fun game.
That's the one from Double Fine, yeah.
Yep.
So what's the game about? 'Cause I hear people praise about it, and I know.
It's like a little bit.
It
It's a little mixture of everything. Kind of like, man, how do I put it? It's
like action adventure platformer.
action adventure platformer, story driven. It's got a little mix of everything. It's just a fun, chill game. Like it isn't meant to be hard. It isn't meant to be like ultra challenging at all. It's just a good game. It's silly. It's it's got humor. It's got everything that you would want in like a good video game experience. I would say that.
Okay.
I would say. But it's also been, I don't know, like fucking 15, however long it's been, many years since I played the original Psychonauts.
When did it debut on the Xbox or Xbox 360?
Xbox, dude. I played it on.
So it's old as
I think
shit
it
then.
was Xbox. If I had to remember correct, I think it was original Xbox.
Played it when what's the other game that came out?
Psychonauts.
The one where you play as a fucking not Morrowind. Cloud? No. There was one game where like your decision mattered. Travis played it. He talked about it way back when in the day. I forgot what it was.
Oh my god, I gotta look this up. So give me a sec.
Yeah, I was thinking that what I want to do for the next episode, I want to look at all the major upcoming games that are coming out and just talk about what we want to like, what our
expectations
and perceptions and what we think about it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna, because I saw a list floating around. People were talking about like, man, the rest of 2021 is gonna be hype, but the whole list, none of them had freaking Melty Blood on there. I'm like, whoa.
05 was the original Psychonauts.
Jesus
so I was
Christ.
17, 18. It's been a long time. Oh boy, it's been a long time. That's when the last time I played Psychonauts was in 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. So yeah, it's been a minute. But it's just more like nostalgic to me. But also they haven't done a game since 2005. Where like Ratchet and Clank, I've played almost every Ratchet and Clank from PlayStation 2 all the way up until PlayStation 4.
I think I never played any of them.
So, I mean, to me, those games actually mean something. It's like somebody saying, like, I played every, Mario since, Super Mario Brothers on the original NES. And, you know what I mean? Like, I've also done that as well. So,
even the Game Boy ones? Super Mario Land?
No. Did not play that one. But I'm talking about, like, console releases, not mobile releases. Or
mobile.
Whatever you want to call those.
Handhelds?
Handheld releases. Mobile. Same shit. Mobile, handheld.
Before it was mobile?
Yeah.
It was mobile before it was mobile.
Mobile before it was mobile.
Before it was microtransactions.
Played Sonic on the Game Gear, bro. Get me.
I heard the Game Gear was good, but it would drain the shit out of the batteries, though.
Yeah, it was like 6 AA batteries.
Because it was backlit, so it used all the fucking juice.
And full color.
Yeah.
And it was ginormous. Hashtags. Was it
yeah,
because
the Game Boy just used like 4 AA batteries. But the thing is, it's just like that LCD crystals.
Yeah, the green.
Black, green, black, and shades of gray. That's all it was. So I was like, well, I mean.
And then they moved down to 2 with the Game Boy Color, and that would last for like 4 or 5 hours. It's not too bad. But yeah, we're getting into like handheld territory now.
Well, I'm surprised. Like, I actually had to switch my batteries on my Xbox One controller, my red one, because I always just had it like linked to my tower. But I've been just leaving it off and just playing Bluetooth. And eventually, I had to change the batteries. But like, wait a minute, an Xbox One controller has AA battery? It doesn't have an internal battery? I just thought that was odd. I'm like.
Yeah, they.
I figured they would have gone the route with like PlayStation, and because it's ever since the DualShock 3, they've been internal batteries, right?
Correct. Ever since they started wireless controllers, they've all been.
Yeah.
They've all been.
That's the third one, right? PS3.
Yeah, they
PS2 was
PS2 was still wired.
Yeah, that's the last of the wired. Yeah.
Yeah. So PS3 onward, they always had an internal battery, but that was always the difference between. Like consoles has always had like a weird difference between the two. So. Xbox has always had batteries that you would have to like put in, whereas PlayStation would have
internal batteries, and then like internal. I remember eternal.
You remember the original Xbox had to have a little dongle that you plugged into a controller slot on one of the 4 controller slots and a DVD remote in order for it to play DVDs.
No, I
Do
don't
you
remember.
remember?
I never had an Xbox.
Oh, okay,
I
so
never had an
the
Xbox.
original Xbox had to have a dongle that you plugged into the controller port with
Really?
the remote that came with that in order for you to play DVDs. Where the PlayStation 2 would just play DVDs inherently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, you know, PlayStation 3 put out Blu-ray, and then PlayStation or Xbox 360 had the HD DVD that was supposed to be a thing that kind of like quickly fell off because everybody went to Blu-ray.
Yeah, because that was I think that was the difference between those two technologies.
Right.
Everybody just decided that Blu-ray was everybody just liked Blu-ray better, so they
Right.
went with that. But honestly, if you think about it, if people just preferred the HD, that could have been a whole.
But that was the problem. It was an external device that you had to plug into the 360 in order to, and on the PlayStation it was just inherently built into the console, which made it way better.
Yeah.
And then what was it? Xbox had a built-in hard drive that you could save all your game saves and downloads and all that stuff onto it. But PlayStation 2, you had to have 8 megabyte memory cards. So like there was trade-offs on both systems up into like a certain point, and like that one for controllers has always stuck around since the Xbox 360 days, whenever controllers became wireless, and the PlayStation 3 days. So yeah, man, they've always done that one thing, which is just strange to me. Like Xbox has always had batteries in their controller, which is fine, because that way you don't have to like run and find a cable to plug it in and like be real close to your TV or whatever. You just pause.
And the thing is, when I was playing the game, like, so I finished using it that one Tuesday or Monday night, and then Tuesday night I was gonna play again. Like, it just wouldn't power on. I was like, okay, not bad. But I was like thinking about it. I was like, what's if I was in the middle of a fucking boss fight?
It pauses the game for you.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It says your controller died. Reconnect
okay,
your controller.
good. Yeah, because I didn't know if it
Unless
was done
it's a
that or
game
not.
that can be paused, like Sekiro.
Well, you could hit pause on that game.
Is
yeah.
it paused?
There's a pause.
Like
that
Dark
game,
Souls
yeah,
then, maybe?
yeah. That's actually like the only one that actually freezes the gameplay when you hit pause. The other Dark Souls and Demon Souls, like if you hit pause, like the menu comes up, but it's semi-transparent. So, but you can still see that there's action going on in the background.
Happen.
Yeah, Sekiro actually like stops the whole game, which is like I'm grateful for, because there's some times where like I need to get antidote right now and put it on my menu bar because I'm gonna die. And so the game stops. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, thank you guys. I would have been dead a long time ago. But going back to the whole when Xbox and PlayStation had these two different technologies with Blu-ray and HD. No, I'm sorry, not a DVD player, but I think that's what helped make PlayStation 2 the best-selling console right now, because it was a DVD player.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I heard people say like, well, yeah, my parents didn't want to buy a console, but they needed a DVD player.
And they didn't want to buy a $300 DVD
player
that
and
only played DVDs.
Expensive. Yeah, if you look at it now, I mean, DVD players are fucking, but they don't even
$10.
Yeah,
they still exist. They're like 10, 15 bucks.
Yeah.
You can still get them at Best Buy.
They don't. I don't think they sell DVDs. I was talking to. I had to go pick up from Best Buy right before Christmas of this year, and the guy was telling me like, yeah, we're getting rid of our DVDs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going away with that, but they also still sold
antiquated.
Like DVDs and VCRs for a little while there. For a while.
Yeah.
It was VCRs, dude. Jesus Christ, I don't even. Oh.
Do you remember freaking Fast and Furious? That's what they were smuggling. Remember? VCRs.
Was it VCRs?
VCRs.
I thought it was DVD players. I thought it was DVD.
Chat, look it up, guys.
Yeah, I thought it was DVD players, but it might have been VCRs. It was all Sony, like Best Buy trucks or some shit like that. Dude, Fast 9 is out, and I didn't even realize it was out.
It's all about family.
Yeah, all about family.
I saw all those memes.
Bro, all the memes, but I didn't even know the movie was out.
I only knew about it because John Cena had to apologize.
Oh, because he said Taiwan was a real country.
Yeah, he had to apologize.
It is.
He had to apologize in Mandarin, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, well, Fast funny. 9. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's gonna make.
Yeah, there's a past tense coming.
Mikhail's like, "Hey, do you know Suicide Squad's a comedy?" I'm like, "What? You're watching it?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Fuck."
Is it?
It's on HBO Max right now.
It is.
It's like, fuck. I was like, wait. I was like, is Idris Elba Deadshot?
That's part 2.
Like, yeah.
Is it out already?
I'm like, wait. What happened to Will Smith? Like, he was too pretty.
Is part 2
Yeah,
already?
she saw it right now when I came home for lunch.
Is it?
Yeah, she was like, it was.
Well, Idris Elba is a very handsome man. First of all.
Well, yeah, but compared to Will Smith,
they're both very handsome men.
He's pretty. Like for Deadshot, like he's not.
Will Smith is pretty, but they're both very handsome men.
Deadshot shouldn't be that pretty.
Idris Elba's a fucking pretty handsome dude. I'm not gonna lie.
And versatile too.
Yeah,
he can play everything.
Yeah,
Same with Will Smith. But still, yeah, I was like, oh, he's Deadshot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I was like, okay, well, I'll watch it sometime
Eventually.
this weekend or something. Yeah, it's on HBO Max.
I gotta watch the
So-
first one. I never did.
That's the Zack Snyder one. Yeah, you're like
never watched it. Never seen it, bro.
you're not missing out. You really aren't.
I mean, I kind of wanted to see it just to see it, just to see what it was all about, just to see what that Joker was all about.
Oh,
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
I was okay with it.
You were okay
I'm okay with
that?
a lot of things. I'm not so invested like in DC and Marvel. So like if they
Yeah.
change things, I'm like
Yeah.
I don't care.
Why not?
I'm not loyal to anything. So if they change it, I'm like go
Yeah.
ahead. I'm
Why
fine
not?
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, that movie was.
I gotta see it just to see it, and I keep on saying that, but I've never seen it.
You know what's that one we saw from Zack Snyder, the zombie movie, the latest one that came out?
Oh, Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
Like you know how Army of the Dead's like, okay, it's just gonna be silly, have fun with it, enjoy it, right?
Right.
That first Suicide Squad movie, I was
Can't do it.
like, I think they tried hard. It was
Oh.
sweaty. It was a sweaty ass try hard.
Sweaty?
They're trying to be like action serious, like
Okay.
like
Action serious.
you know what I'm talking about? Like
I get what
there's
you're talking
action, but there's still like character development, and there's a reason why they're here, and
Yeah.
they want to they're in this team because they want to see their daughter again. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You see them like looking off screen just to see if they're gonna get Oscar nominated.
You love me.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right, brother. What you got this week, man?
So the only thing that I got that was interesting to me was the Street Fighter V update.
Oh,
It came out Tuesday.
Yeah, you showed me that video.
So I saw it. They're adding some changes. They showed you like some gameplay for Oro. They had some gameplay for Oro. And for Akira, they got a new stage called Rival Riverside.
Okay.
Which I saw the stage, and I was like, awesome. I love that stage a lot. I thought it was really cool. It reminds me of what Street Fighter should be. Like, it's literally. Do you remember the Street Fighter 4 stage that overpass? Like you're fighting under the overpass, and there's kids just hanging out and everything, watching and hanging out. Like when Street Fighter has those stages where like you're actually fighting in the street, and there's like a crowd of people cheering you on and stuff going on.
You fight in the street in a game called Street Fighter?
Well,
Crazy.
sometimes you fight on a stage or on a
I get where you're coming
battleship.
from.
Yeah. So like when you actually get to see those stages, they look awesome. I like that because sometimes I have these boring stages on there that I just like, man, these really suck.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't feel like I'm playing Street Fighter. I don't know. It's just a flavor thing for me, you know.
I got you.
So watching the stage, like I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Good job for that. So they showed gameplay for those two characters. They look pretty good. They're gonna have a return for the Street Fighter League. They talked about they showed some of the behind the scenes, like the sound design team and everything. How like seeing the passion these guys that are talking about it. They're making the stuff. Like I see it in their voices. I see it in their faces when they're talking about it. Mm-hmm. Man, that's awesome. I like that. I like it. That's awesome. But to me, I already made up my mind. Like I'm like not buying season 5. I mean, you guys know my feel on that, you know. But now that they've revealed everything, you know, what's coming out. Okay, cool. Like I would probably say if they would just give me all this information up front, I probably would have been like more inclined to purchase it. But the fact that I don't even play the game anymore, just it's a hard pass for me.
Fair enough.
They introduced the last character for season 5, Luke.
Right.
So
Jake.
no, Jake Paul.
Yeah,
So-
that's funny.
So you saw that picture, right?
Yeah, man, it's fucking hilarious.
So I saw Luke, and Mikkel just happened to stand behind my shoulder when she was looking, and she's like, "Man, yeah, they gave him like Popeye forearms." I'm like, "Yeah, they did."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay."
I thought he was an MMA fighter.
So I saw him, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, so the last character they're gonna reveal is a brand new character, and I was like they couldn't have led the season with a brand new character, and
that would make more sense.
And before and when they were talking about Luke, before they showed him, they said this is gonna be Luke, where they said even though the Street Fighter V story is closing with this season, Luke is gonna help expand the story. So I don't know if when Street Fighter 6 comes out, he's gonna be like their main character, and it's gonna be focused around him.
Okay.
Which, if they do that, I hope they learned their lessons from when they made the Street Fighter 3 series, because when the Street Fighter 3 series came out, they had none of the old school characters. All they had, it was all like the characters that you see now, like Dudley and Oro, Makoto, Remy. All those characters were in there. and Alex. Alex was supposed to be like the next main protagonist of the series, but when people saw that, no, they didn't like it at all. Like, where's our Chun-Li's? Where's our Ken's or Ryu's? So that's when they pulled the game back, and that's when you if you played the Street Fighter 3 series, you'll see Ken, Ryu, and Chun-Li. Those are the only returning characters because they're like, well, everybody knows these characters, so we're gonna just put them in there.
Right.
So I mean, so they tried doing that where like starting a whole new Street Fighter with
like changing it up.
Yeah, with a whole new cast. And I'm like, well, they did that with the Street Fighter 3 series, so hopefully they'll stick to their guns and be like, okay, if they're gonna go with that method, maybe they'll still have Ken and Ryu there, but maybe they'll be like older and they'll have their kids like representing them or something.
Does it?
And even then, the storyline is so convoluted. It happened. The storyline is Street Fighter 2, then it's Street Fighter Alpha, then Street Fighter 2, and then Street Fighter 4, then Street Fighter 3. No, then Street Fighter 5, then Street Fighter 3. Like this.
Does it? But what I was wanting to get at here is, does it have to have Ken and Ryu to be Street Fighter? Like,
well, apparently the first time when they tried to do that, it had to be because that's what the crowd wanted. They were not happy with them having to have Alex.
But do you think that the crowd would eventually have come around if they just made a good game? Like they did make a good game. They had to come back and add Ryu and Ken, which they already had. But like,
and I hope that's the how it goes. I hope that's how how it plans out and plays out. But even back when MVCI was coming out, there was no X-Men characters on there, and even Peter Combo Fiend Rosa said, "Look, guys, if you think about it, these other characters that we're putting in there, they're just functions," and that just got everybody just whipped up in a frenzy because all the new characters they added from into MVCI that came from the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Since there was no X-Men, like with these new characters, they're same function. They do the same thing.
Right.
But even though they had the same functions, the same like similar moves to the older characters, even though they're different skins, people weren't happy. They wanted to make sure that they wanted to see the Wolverines. They wanted to see their Magnetos. They wanted to see their Storms.
Okay.
But the MVCI didn't, well, because that's the whole licensing issue. They didn't have any X-Men on there.
Like also, I mean, I get where that mindset is because like Halo 5 is coming out shortly, right? So like, who wants to see a Halo without Master Chief? Like people got mad about Halo 2 because the Arbiter was like half the game or whatever, but you still play the game the exact same way. Like nothing changes between Arbiter and Master Chief, right? So like, does it really make a difference? Like in the long run?
I mean, to me, with the fighting games, we always know Ryu is DP, the Fireball, the Tatsu. If another character has it, does the same properties as that? Is it slightly different?
Right.
If it changes, like, was that still Ryu then? I don't know. Me personally, I don't care. Still go with a whole new change. I'm fine with that.
Right.
I'll be down with the changing of the guard and adding new characters.
But yeah, like I think that like that's almost like where they need to go, and in order to give you like this whole brand new $70 experience that you're gonna have to that you're gonna get, with Street Fighter 6, like why not just break the mold and try something, fucking different and brand new.
I think these new guys I think they're trying something different, at least when it comes to some of the character designs and some of the character models and some of the mechanics that they added, especially with the whole winter update when they added the whole V shift and V reversals, V shift system, V brake system. I thought that was good. I think these guys are changing it up. I'm glad for that. But however, the whole Luke being the last character revealed, I was thinking, okay, remember when we were watching the Mortal Kombat movie? And they made up what's that guy's name? The plot armor? No, not the plot armor, but the guy's name, Cole Young.
Cole Young, yeah.
They made up Cole Young, right? After, if you look at the whole Mortal Kombat franchise, how many characters is there in that stock? Like they could have picked one of them that's already fleshed out and be like, okay, we're gonna center the story around you and go. Because that's how I felt about Luke. It's like you made up this whole new character. I don't know his story yet. Okay,
right.
It could be great. I don't know. I'm just going off of speculation. So I could be eating crow in Q2 2022. I don't care, whatever. But it's like you make up this whole new character who has like this MMA style look, and the thing is like you already have Abel from Street Fighter 4.
Facts.
Who's like a Russian sambo fighter who was supposed to be like the base copy of what Seth was. So he already has a story, and like you guys just couldn't get Abel. He's not even in Street Fighter 5. He made some references, I think. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I think they did make some references to Abel. But here's Abel, a whole new character, not even in Street Fighter 5. Bring him in and use him as your new platform for the next character,
right?
And develop a story. But here's a new character. I'm like, okay, well maybe it'll work out. I don't know, but I just felt like that was just like you're just adding more to a very large roster, like a very large roster.
Right. Can I use a different example?
Go ahead.
Can you
use
give
your own
me
example.
the other one, please?
Sure.
While I go in through this example, let's go with Resident Evil. Like Resident Evil's story is kind of like a continuation some points, and some points that isn't. But like they introduce from one you had Chris Redfield,
Chris and Jill,
mm-hmm. And then in 2 you had Leon and Claire. 3 you had
Jill and
Carlos. So like they kind of rotate in new characters and whatnot, and like it moves on. So like 4 or not 4, but Code Veronica was back to Claire, and I forget who the
Steve
other
Burnside.
Steve, right?
I think so.
It's been a long time. And then 4 was Leon, and then 5 was back to Chris. And like, why not do those things where you kind of center your game every 2 to 3 years? Because like they did all the way up until 5, and 6 brought back Leon again, so they kind of had this rotation of characters going. And then all of a sudden they're like 7, and we're gonna change it up, and we're gonna give you this whole brand new character. And then 8, we're gonna continue with that character, here and there. But like 7 and 8 was basically the same character. What are they gonna do with 9? Like, are you gonna be upset if they go with a different character, but to continue that story that you were already doing? Like,
and they also went a different direction too. With 7 and 8, it went back to this whole first. Well, not back, but
it started
they tried
first person.
Yeah, they went to this whole first person perspective, which
right. But like
I enjoyed.
But that's the thing is like that game, a well-known franchise for being a certain type of game.
I think it had 25 years just a couple of months ago.
Has been taking like chances and liberties with this genre, whatever you want to call it, survival horror, whatever it is that you want to call it. Like they've been taking chances on it for 25 years, like you just said, and like it's a very well popular series, and it sells very well, and like I don't see why fighting games can't do the same thing. Like, I mean, we know that Capcom can put out a good fighting game. We know that Arc Systems can do the same. You know what I mean? Like why not just start fresh with like whatever it is, and like still call it Street Fighter, or fucking don't call it Street Fighter for that matter, but just make a good fighting game that everybody wants to play, and then what does it matter?
They can make a good fighting game, and if to me, it's just that the fact that Street Fighter 2, the Street Fighter franchise, is so ingrained when it comes to fighting games that people know, like, you gotta have a Ryu, you gotta have a Ken, and the thing is, if you change that, like, because using the Resident Evil model, you still pretty much have the same mechanics.
Correct.
Fight ammo.
Fighting game
No. The thing is, your lead characters change though.
Okay.
You gotta have your main characters, your starter characters, kind of like an Arc System, where you want your Soul and Kai, where they're well rounded enough so that people could play them and have some depth, but you don't want them, like, you don't want your next main character, your next Ryu, to be a puppet character.
Okay.
Because you want someone that everybody could recognize and can play and jump into and have fun with, but not be like, if you try to play a puppet character, those usually tend to be on the more difficult, more technical side to play. Okay. So you want someone that, oh, I know this character, I could play him. Like when you're just hanging out with a bunch of friends, like, oh, that's the guy. Oh, Ken, right. I don't know Ken. I'll pick him up and you can play him. What you gotta do? Just down forward, down back,
right?
Easy. Mm-hmm. If you make your main character something super complex, or on technical side, it's like, wait, what?
But they don't have to do that. They can just remake Ryu with a different skin, like you were talking about earlier, and just
that's the thing. That's the thing. They did that with MVCI, where they Marvel vs. Capcom games, they had X-Men on there. MVCI Infinite,
correct.
There was none. Correct. So, and the guy said they're just functions. The crowd didn't like that. The fans didn't like that. They wanted the Wolverines. They wanted their Magneto. They wanted their Storm.
But was that game bad because it didn't have X-Men in it, or was it just bad because it was a bad game?
No, I think people, honestly, in my heart of hearts, that was a fun game. I think people just wanted to shit on it because it came out kind of like rushed out, like Street Fighter 5, and I think the fan base was just upset about it. In my opinion, that is because if you
So
play the
it-
game, it was a really fun game. I
So
enjoyed
it failed. It failed because like, why do you think that it failed?
And
Like,
also,
honestly.
and also failed. Dragon Ball came out literally 6 months later, and Dragon Ball Fighters.
was just a better game.
Yeah, people just enjoyed it more. It was a Marvel game without having the Marvel IP
Fair enough.
because you had your tag system, your cross system, your tag system.
Right. So,
So,
it was like
yeah.
timing as well as
It was a bad
like,
time. It was bad timing, and the visuals weren't that great on. I thought they were okay on MVCI, but they weren't great. Like if you look at Chun-Li's face, you're like, fuck.
And then looking at fucking Dragon Ball.
And you look at Dragon Ball. You look at fucking
gorgeous.
Dragon Ball.
It's
Like,
gorgeous.
it's fucking shot for shot for the manga.
yeah,
For the
pretty
show.
good.
So honestly, I in my opinion, I think MVCI was a fun game, great game. It just came out at the wrong time, wrong place. I think people were upset about it.
Man.
But this the thing with like it just. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I'm just going what my experiences and what I'm thinking. Like, if you change too much of something, especially when it comes to a fighting game, and you alienate your, cause it's already a niche crowd that plays your fighting games. So if you alienate that, it's like, fuck, what do you got? I don't know. But I was really hoping, that they would have used Abel and led with him, but they got Luke. And I'm not gonna lie, Luke looks kind of cool.
He does look kind of cool.
Looks kind of cool. Like
He
he's
looks pretty
he fucking like throws a fireball that shoot like bullets and shit, and he's fucking
it's
shoulder
going
tackling
through
you.
projectiles.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, it looked pretty cool.
okay, he looks pretty cool.
And he looks like he's got some wild bounces and some tech
Yeah,
stuff.
he had some cool stuff, So we'll see. Like I said, I'm not like saying, oh, he's the worst thing ever. No, he's not. I personally would have led with Abel, but maybe when it comes out in November, it'll be great, and we'll take it
That's
from
when
there.
he comes out.
Planned to be on November.
Planned.
So we'll
Got
see.
it.
We'll see. I mean, I won't hold my breath with Capcom. So yeah,
As you hold your breath.
as I hold my breath for Capcom.
I got it.
I also want to talk about
Go ahead, brother.
before that announcement. They're like, Fortnite gets 2 new challengers. Cammy looked okay.
Okay.
You can't fuck up. Cammy's just some hottie,
Yeah.
some blonde hottie, and a green
bikini,
leotard.
Yeah.
You can't mess that up. You look at fucking Budget Guile, dude. He looks like a fucking Budget Guile, dude.
Budget Guile.
Somebody put tweeted out.
Did they
Like,
half his hair?
They showed Guile,
Uh-huh.
Dr. Pepper. They showed the Fortnite Guile, Dr. Thunder. This is generic off-brand. He just looks so bad, dude. I was like,
Okay.
fuck, bro.
It looked that bad? I didn't actually get to see
I don't
him.
know.
I saw that.
I don't know.
saw that
As a
headline.
Street Fighter fan, I just see it. I'm like, bro, your waist is as thin as Cammy's. And like, it's just I don't know, dude. It just
Didn't rub you the right way.
first of all, I don't even like Fortnite. So now that I saw this, I'm like, first of all, like, Ryu and Chun wasn't enough.
I don't know.
That wasn't enough. You
Money.
cocksucking motherfuckers.
Money
Got me
grubbing
cursing.
whores?
That's how mad. Yeah, like
Money grubbing
You
whores?
took those 2 from me already. Now you want to take the other 2 blondes?
Who are those guys from Fortnite, dude?
Oh,
What's
they're
that
from
one girl on that
Guile and
leotard?
Cammy. Oh, they're from Fortnite.
They're from Fortnite, dude.
And the thing is, they when they had that crossover reveal, they had the whole Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinet as a layout. And the thing is, it's like
Cammy wasn't even in Street Fighter 2, bro.
she was in Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Was she?
Yeah.
I
In the
thought she was in
Challengers.
3.
No,
Never mind.
No.
I thought I never saw her in 2. I
Yeah.
don't remember. Go
But
on.
like they had this the layout of the whole like the old school cabinet.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, first of all, what's the Venn diagram of current Fortnite players and people who actually played Street Fighter in the cabinets? Like, how much does that overlap? You know what I'm talking about?
20%.
I was like, how many like FGC boomers like are actually playing Fortnite?
The fact of the matter is that somebody will buy that character
I know.
because, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I know.
because of the way they look or what game that they're from, but like more so that they played that character at a certain point in
Perhaps,
their life.
yeah.
At an
But I
arcade.
saw that,
It's
I
like
was
Super
like-
Track or something. I don't know.
I saw that. I was like, you fucking Fortnite.
Mad,
Chun-Li
bro.
and Ryu wasn't enough.
Tell me more.
No.
Keep going.
No, I saw that. Like,
Made you mad.
oh, well, not mad where I'm gonna like go fucking crazy and shit, but just mad where I'm like more like disappointed. I'm like disappointed.
I'm not mad, Capcom.
Not
I'm
mad.
just
Cap,
disappointed.
That's what my mom would tell me. Mom's like, Mijo, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
Disappointed.
Fuck.
That's
it's
even
like,
worse.
Yeah, no, like fuck.
That's
You know
even
you fucked
worse
up. Yeah,
somehow.
you let your
dude.
mom down. Like fuck, man.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's how I feel with Capcom. They let me down. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that earlier and I was like, oh, really? That's a bummer. That's
But
a
yeah,
bummer.
like
Next
I
is
said,
gonna be like Vega or
yeah,
something. I don't know.
and that yeah, Vega, he's pretty cool. I'm surprised they haven't. Did have any Tekken crossovers? No King or
Super
Hachi.
Smash? Not in
Not in Fortnite, huh?
No,
That's odd.
no, because Tekken has standards.
Right? Yeah, Harada. Yeah, Harada has standards.
They've got standards.
Yeah, standards. Yeah,
They're
they
not
won't chill
selling out.
They ain't chilling out. Yeah.
Only to Super Smash.
But yeah, but I talked to like I messaged Kevin about it, what he thought about Luke. I talked to Ian about it, what he thought about Luke. I talked to some of my regulars in chat, what they thought about Luke. So I mean, everybody's like, okay, we'll see. Can't wait. I mean, that's all you can do.
Right.
So I mean, I think right off the cuff, people think like, okay. I mean,
Do you think that he should have been a character that had come out like in like the
I-
first wave, like season one, that far back?
I think he would have been perfect. I think he would have been perfect even in season 5, but lead with him. Have him be your first one,
Right.
and then go to Dan Rose, Oro, and then like have Akira as your guest character. Like I think that would have been more of a shocker than it was having Luke, because people were so hyped, like, oh, there's a character from Rival Schools is crossing over, because Rival Schools is another Capcom game, from another fighting game from Capcom, because that's where you saw Sakura. That's where she came from. So seeing Akira from Rival Schools being announced, like that was hype as shit. But then when Luke, I was like, well, I don't know. Like I said, I just gotta let it, what the developers have planned. Just let that stay in the oven and let it bake.
Right.
And then we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens with 6 though. Like, what are they gonna do with that? You know, like that's the real challenge. Like right now, they're just kind of coasting on.
My silver lining
5.
with that is that the new guys are taking over. Nakayama and Matsumoto. Hopefully, those guys are taking over the new Street Fighter 5 directors. Hopefully, that they'll put Street Fighter 6 in a good direction, because what they did so far with this last season and a half, I like. So
Right.
hopefully with 6, they'll continue in that trend and just.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like that's even more reason to look forward to. Like especially if you liked what they did with season 5, that's even more of a reason to look forward to the future of Street Fighter 6 and Street Fighter 6 in general. So like Street Fighter 5 is great. It's been out since what year was it again?
2016.
So we're already year 5.
Yeah, and originally it was just supposed to be supported till 2020.
So like they gave us an extra year with an extra year of characters and all that stages and whatnot. But like now it's time to let that move aside after November and balance patches and all that stuff for, let's say, another year.
Yeah.
Right. And then at 2023 or at the end of 2022, announce for 2023.
Yeah.
Like March, April.
I remember we saw some leaked documents where they talked about Q4 2022 for Street Fighter 6. I mean, of course, that's just.
I would say an announcement in quarter 4 2022. Like give it a year with a circuit. We have Evo coming up with the PlayStation
this weekend.
We have Evo, like next year as well. But like also, like so many things are happening now that the world is starting to open up, but also starting to close at the same time.
It's so weird.
It's so weird, right? So like, let's just see what happens. Let's let Street Fighter 6 bake. Street Fighter 5 is already out of the oven. And like people have been picking off that plate for a minute. So let's let 6 bake, and hopefully it's good. Hopefully it tastes fucking real good. And we want to play it for 5, 6 years, 10 years, whatever, however long it takes. So, man, like he looks like a good character though.
He looks cool. He looks like fun.
He looks cool. He's got a good color scheme to him. His moveset looked cool. Like if I actually owned season 5, then I would probably pick him up and play him. But
like he looks pretty. I'm
not gonna jump in at this point.
He looks like an MMA fighter. He has the whole bandage over the bridge of his nose. He has those over the top tattoos. Like why not? He has a Street Fighter flair. So we'll see.
Oh man, I got something for you.
Shoot me.
Did you hear about Embracer Group today by any chance?
Who's Embracer Group?
Old school THQ Nordic Studios or whatever.
I know about THQ Nordic. Yeah, I know about them. I know they made Dark Siders and Dark Riders and all that stuff.
Embracer Group just announced 8 acquisitions today.
Holy shit.
8. One of them being 3D Realms, the studio for Duke Nukem.
Really?
Uh-huh. And there's a bunch of other ones here. We got Ghost Ship Games, Slipgate Ironworks, Digix Art, Force Field, Easy Trigger, Crazy Labs, and Grimfrost. All got acquired today by Embracer Group.
Nice.
Embracer Group is one of these Tencent type companies that just buys companies majority stake. Like,
It is a Tencent group.
no. It's kind of like a
Oh,
group like
okay.
Tencent where they buy other game developers and
But
attach their name
but
to it.
more on the console side instead of on the mobile side, right?
More console PC side, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But who's to say that doesn't change anytime soon, right?
I don't know. Like me, I don't play mobile games at all.
3D Realms was Duke Nukem's studio. I think Ghost Ship Games was the one that put out Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh, okay.
So
That was a big hit when it came out last summer.
Still a pretty big game. So yeah, like Embracer Group now owns all these studios, which is fucking crazy to buy eight studios in like one day. Like,
Well, yeah, that's
boom.
something that Microsoft does. A big worldly conglomerate can do. Not something
Purchase.
that's
No, Embracer Group is the biggest one in Europe.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's the biggest one in Europe.
Okay.
Microsoft's the biggest one.
Well, because I
here,
never heard of
and
them, so I don't know how big they were.
Tencent's
yeah.
the biggest one in China.
In the
yeah.
East.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
yeah, that's how they're on that level. They're doing some big things. And the last couple things I had today were all Blizzard related. I don't know how deep you want to go into
We
these.
can go deep.
You want to go deep?
I mean, like, I know we talked. I mean, I don't know how our listeners are feeling about it. I mean, I could keep going into it. I mean,
Well, to piggyback off of last week's allegations, State Farm and Coca-Cola are dropping from Overwatch League this year as sponsors. So shouts out to them for recognizing that there was a fucking problem and being like, yeah, we don't want to be a part of this. So shouts out to State Farm and Coca-Cola, which are also weird sponsors for Overwatch League. I didn't think that would be.
there's money in it.
Oh, for sure there is. But how do you feel like about like just like people just dropping from?
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's similar to the whole we'll add a LGBTQ banner behind our It's nice front, looks cool. We'll do that. You guys like what we're doing? Check us out.
Right.
Hey
kids.
I mean, I don't know. That's just what it feels like to me. I mean, of course, there's bad rep going on with Activision, so that's something you don't want to be a part of. But it's just it goes hand in hand with like, oh, we're a part of something. Let's show a little flag on our background and
right.
Do,
so being that like all this bad stuff is happening with Blizzard Activision right now, where like streamers are leaving Warzone because of cheaters
and all that. Yeah.
People are leaving WoW because of the environment at Blizzard HQ, and the
sponsors being dropped,
sponsors dropping, and then you got Allen Brack stepping down.
Yeah.
Which is stepping down to pursue other
all of a sudden
opportunities. All of a sudden all these things came out, right?
Yeah.
So weird.
How convenient.
Fucking crazy. But like how do you think okay, so I'm going to bring up Diablo here because Diablo comes out next month.
Yeah.
Diablo 2 Resurrection or whatever. So how do you think that all these things happening right now in August, like end of July, early August,
August 8th.
How do you think that all this stuff does to?
That's gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna be very eager to see the August NPD report to see how that stacked up in sales. I'm curious.
September's for October.
It'll be
in
September,
October,
yeah. The August NPDs.
No, because
August itself.
Okay, because September is when the game comes out, right?
Oh,
or is it August?
Does it come September?
I thought it was September 20 something.
Okay, so it'll be November's.
It would
September's.
It'd be October's and September's, right? Yeah.
It comes out a month.
So October's after.
So we'll look at November's. Yeah, we'll have to look at November. If it comes out in September, it'll be the NPD reports that are released on November. I'm curious to see how big that game's gonna sell. I don't know, man.
Do you think that people's attention spans will last that long? Like, are they just gonna see, oh, Diablo 2, my childhood game is coming out? Morris.
Honestly, I think that game's it's a nostalgic cash grab.
Yeah, but so was Warcraft 3. What happened to that?
That was a poor
effort.
A poor port, I guess.
All of it.
A remake
all around.
I mean, straight up, that was poor. I mean, they have to avoid making that same mistake.
Correct.
If they want to save any fucking face that they have left, they can't make that same mistake where they promise to have this nice visual fidelity and then it comes out as kind of like what?
Right.
They can't do that.
I agree.
You know, at the same time, I think they're just maybe banking on the nostalgia that a lot of the old school players will come back and play, and maybe some of the new schools. I know for a lot of people, Diablo 3 was one of their first Diablo games that they've ever played, and they never, and never played Diablo 2 or the original Diablo.
That's
so
me.
That'll be like maybe an experience for them to, want to purchase or look into Diablo 2. So I'm very curious how it's gonna shake out. I mean, I really thought 2 weeks ago when we first talked about it, and I said in 2 weeks people are gonna forget about it. The news will cycle out. People are still talking about it, so maybe
we're only on week 1 though.
Is it a week 1? I thought it was 2 weeks already.
Well, it happened last week. And this is the second week.
I thought it was 2 weeks already. That
so we're 2 weeks in now. Like we're still talking about it. Though.
So we'll see. I mean, hopefully, there has to be change because that whatever the environment that's going on over there.
Yeah,
that's just not right, man.
No, you're right.
That's just not right. I mean, I don't go to my job and do whatever they do to people of different, ethnicity or gender or whatever. I don't do that. You treat people like people,
Right.
They're a person. You don't do that.
Facts.
So so hopefully they'll get their shit together, and they have to get their shit together. They have to.
Maybe it comes in like a form of like a restructure or something has to happen at that office.
And it's not going to happen overnight. The change has to happen, and it'll how to play out, but they have to do some change, man. That's bullshit. And I really hope their games do suffer for it until they get better.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, man, I agree a lot with that statement. And to be honest, like I don't know how well Diablo is going to do at this point. Like Diablo 2 Resurrected is going to do at this point. So much so that like
are you buying it day one?
Maybe not. I don't know. Like
don't know
for that I'd actually have to look at the reviews for it. I was planning on it just because like this is before all the Blizzard
before the whole drama happened.
All this stuff happened. It was a day one buy for me because I had never played through Diablo 2 ever. Like I played through maybe like half of Act 1, but like being that everybody's coming back and you get to play together again, like I was looking forward to it. But like at this point, I mean, I don't know. Like as far as their track record has been, like for me, it has been like a downhill thing. Like I don't even have BattleNet installed on my computer anymore, and that was long before allegations and all that other bullshit was going on. So like nothing really appealed to me. Like my friends keep trying to get me to play Overwatch, and I'm like, why? Like I don't want to play Overwatch. I'd rather play anything else ever made.
Destiny.
I'd rather play anything else ever. Like I'd rather play Returnal or Mass Effect or Destiny or anything else that I'm playing right now. Like it seems more fun to me than that one game. Like no offense, like you guys play that game, like enjoy doing that. But like as far as I'm like, what I want to do is like not play that. I'd rather do anything else. So
because you don't like the gameplay or because of what's going on right now?
I don't like the gameplay loop. Just in all fairness, like I don't know. I put like fucking 100+ hours into Overwatch. I've done that already. I'm good. Like I move on to something else.
Yeah.
Like there's other games out there to play that I can put 100 hours into and
most definitely
get the same amount of enjoyment out of. So like that's where I'm at this point. It's like I've got other things to do. Like I don't have time to download this game to just fucking play this game. Like it's meaningless to me. It's a waste of my time. Basically, is where I'm at on that.
Yeah.
Not like I have no interest in it. So, but what I do have is an interest in ARPGs. I really do love playing ARPGs. So, will I pick it up day one? Maybe, but maybe not. Like what if it's just, the reviews come out and it's more Warcraft 3. It's like, they didn't really do anything to it. They just kind of upscaled the textures and there you go. Like like I don't want to play that. Like I own a copy of Diablo 2. Like pretty sure I can get a mod.
What's it they upgraded as much as they upgraded the visuals like they did with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition? Would you play it then?
Yeah, I would.
That's enough of a change.
That's enough of a change for me to pick it up and play it because I didn't think that Mass Effect Legendary Edition was a good enough buy at first until I saw the actual difference and I was just like, holy shit, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
And it is. It definitely is. But also playing that game in 2021, you can definitely tell how fucking old those games are.
Some of the mechanics are dated, huh?
Oh my god,
yeah.
So bad. So, but like I still enjoy playing them because I enjoy the story and the story arcs and all that stuff. And it isn't for the combat or anything like that, but also like it's like, oh God, like I get it, like you know what I mean, like it's so nostalgic that I will play it. But for me, Diablo 2 isn't nostalgic. For me, it has to be Diablo 2 Resurrected would have to be like Diablo 3.5, but you know with different classes,
Yeah.
you know whatever all that stuff. So. Will I pick it up day one? It's open. It's open. It's up for discussion at this point.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, because
it has
I know.
nothing to do with Blizzard as a company or anything like that. Like that shit plays fucking zero into me purchasing a video game. Like, should they change? Yes.
Yeah.
Does that affect what I buy and what I don't buy? No. I'm not gonna boycott. You know, because of whatever that they did in their personal time or office time or whatever.
At the
you
workspace.
Workspace. I don't even know. I don't even know all the allegations. You know, like I don't want to say
That's
what.
true. Yeah.
I don't know what actually happened. You know, and I want to believe everybody, but you know, somebody's got to be lying.
Always, yeah, you can't
somebody's
always
lying.
believe everybody. Yeah.
Somebody's lying. But I'm not gonna say who it is and who it wasn't. But like, also like,
Well,
I enjoy.
You can't say who it is. We don't know. Yeah.
I enjoy good content, and if it's good content, then yes, I will pick it up and play it. But if it's not, then I won't.
What if it's good content from shitty people?
I mean, Korean movies are fucking pretty good, dude.
For shitty people?
No, I don't know.
That's the South
North
Koreans
North Korean movies.
They don't make
good,
anything.
Dude.
They don't make anything. No, they really don't. Listen to that podcast. Dude.
I know. I will.
They don't
I'll
make
listen to it
shit,
today.
bro.
But speaking of Diablo,
Uh,
Immortal got delayed
again?
until 2022.
I thought. Wait, did we talk about that already?
Diablo Immortal?
Yeah, that's the cell phone one, right?
Yes.
The
You
mobile
got
one?
phones? Yeah. We talked about it whenever
That guy's
it
never
first got
gonna. That guy's
released.
never gonna live that shit
No,
down.
you guys don't got phones?
That's gonna be on his fucking tombstone. The you don't have phones guy. That guy.
Oh, poor guy with his. Oh.
But no, honestly, well, going back to the whole Diablo Resurrected, I think it's so far removed from a recent Diablo game that people will be excited to play it. I think so.
I think it'll do well. I think people
honestly,
will forget by then.
Honestly, Diablo 4 is who knows how long that's gonna come out.
Nah, I think 2 to 3 years. If
I'd say at
Blizzard,
least minimum 2023.
if Blizzard doesn't run itself into the ground and get bought out by Tencent or whatever, like other company, Microsoft. I mean, name another conglomerate. You know, Embracer Group.
They're pretty big.
Are they?
Activision Blizzard? They're pretty big.
Yeah, they're pretty big, but also like.
I'm not saying they can be bought out, but that's pretty
their
big.
stock can drop like fucking crazy. What's worth money is their IP.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, Diablo, Hearthstone, Overwatch, and Call of Duty, and Tony Hawk, and
That's one on the smaller sides, though. Yeah.
But yeah, like they have IP. That's where their money's at. But like honestly, like I don't know, man. Like I don't know whether I would buy Diablo 2 day one or not. I can't say at this point. But like that shit doesn't really like all the stuff that's going on. Granted, it's fucking bad, right? But like also, like I don't.
For me, for sure.
Fucking no.
For me, for sure. You've heard me say in the podcast, hurt them where it hurts. Don't in the pocketbook. Don't buy their shit.
Fair enough.
And I'm sticking with it. I mean, first of all, yeah, what's going on is terrible. We all know that. But I just Activision Blizzard as a company as a whole, just their gameplay, their games just don't interest me at all.
Okay.
At all. Last one I played Modern Warfare. I played it for a couple of days.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. I enjoyed it. It reminded me of when I played Modern Warfare. But then after that, it's like I'm done. I never played their BR or the extra stuff that they added, the free cons. I never played it. And never stuck around for their
that was the last
passes.
game that I played too. Yeah.
I never stuck around for their season passes, which I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like at this point, right now, what I would say is no, I wouldn't plan on it. But who knows?
I mean, you're totally up to your decision to buy. Yeah, if you want to, you want to. Yeah, but
But like as of right now, nah. I'd rather play Path of Exile. That's owned by Tencent.
God damn it! I would have been like, oh yeah, you said 10
So do I want to give money to China or do I want to give money to? Nah, it's like I'm giving money to Bungie because that's where all my shit's going. But like you know what I mean? Like if I was gonna play a game like that, Path of Exile or Diablo, I already own Diablo, but I'm not reinstalling I'm not reinstalling Bungie or I'm sorry, Battle.net or whatever. So I'm good.
I don't know. Yeah. It's
I don't know. It's fucking. It's a tightrope. You're walking a tightrope. Like you can be an asshole for buying it, or you could.
I mean, I'm not saying if someone buys the game, they're assholes. That's where I stand. Is like I just wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, but if somebody's gonna call you a fucking, oh, you're a fucking misogynist.
Fuck them. If I want to buy a game, if I want to buy a game because I want to have fun, fuck it. That's your prerogative,
right?
Know?
I agree, but you're buying a game from shitty people, like you said. Yeah, they are shitty people. But I mean, we buy fucking 10-cent games.
But at the same time, yeah, don't be. You mean don't be towing the line of virtual signaling when you have fucking I don't know what's this shitty practice? I don't know throwing plastics out. I mean, it's not good for the environment. I mean, you can't just be like, oh, I'm do everything right, but then you're eating hamburgers and you're doing
it's like
meat marketing or farm.
It's like being pro-life but being against the death penalty or something shit like that. Like like, oh, I want everybody to live, but except for that fucking guy that murdered somebody, kill that motherfucker, like shit like that.
It's just I mean
dual standards, like double standards, you gotta, everywhere.
Yeah, what line?
It's everywhere.
Yeah, which line are you gonna toe? Because
it's not a hill that I want to die on.
Definitely.
Let's be real.
Yeah,
let's be real. It's like I'm gonna I want to play fun stuff, and it's not gonna be a hill that I want to die on. Like I'm not accusing anybody of anything, nor am I getting accused of anything.
And trust me, if you do buy Diablo when it comes out, you're not gonna be the only one. So it's like, what are they gonna do? I mean, you're not gonna let people who are.
But also speak with your pocketbook.
Yeah. At
the same time.
No, that's a camp I'm falling under. But again, like I just don't care. But anyways, I think I had enough to say about
Blizzard. Yeah, we done talked about it for 2 weeks. I think.
And like I said, I'm surprised. I thought the news cycle would have.
Nah, man, still going
strong.
The
news would have cycled them out. But
people fucking falling off of Twitter. People leaving the company.
Yeah, that one
protesting.
That one COO deleted her Twitter because she said something stupid. I don't know.
She said some dumb shit, dude.
Like, bro, don't say stuff on Twitter, bro.
It's forever.
Like it's forever.
It's forever.
Like me, I'll use it for finding like video game news. Like, hey, I'm about to stream or something silly. That's it. You start putting like, bro.
I also like,
bro.
Never mind.
Yeah, you get to find a lot of pictures there.
Yep, you find a lot of good pictures.
Yeah, a lot of pictures there.
Where can we find you, Rick?
Guys, you catch me at OS. I had the whole turn around the whole. Whatever, guys.
You turn around.
Guys, you can catch me at OS_Rick with the one. I love streaming Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Yeah, so catch me there. I love playing video games with you guys and just chit-chatting and goofing off, being silly. I got some plans to do some stuff with my YouTube, so keep an eye on that, guys. So other than that, though, drop by, hang out. I'm playing some Sekiro, maybe some what's the next game I want to play? Death's Door. And maybe some Back to Final Fantasy. I've been threatening to play
I would like to see you play Death's Door, to be honest. That sounds like a good one.
It's from Devolver Digital. I like them. Wait, do I like them?
Yes.
Any scandals?
Yeah, no.
Tencent?
No.
Owned by China?
No.
Okay, they might be okay. They eat red meat?
Yo, bro, if you had to go through that whole checklist every time you wanted to buy something, you're fucked.
You never buy anything.
You're fucked.
Are they pro this, anti that? You know?
You're fucked every time you want to buy something.
That's the thing is that you can't. We talked about it earlier. I'm sorry, we're gonna reiterate one more time. Yep. You can't go saying I'm proud of this, and then at the same time you're like dumping like oil into the fucking like into the bayou and shit. Like, nah, bro, that's still bad. You know what I'm about? It's like,
God, we gotta save the environment. I'm gonna get in my Hummer.
Get him a Hummer. Yeah, that's not electric.
Well, they do have an electric one now, which is hilarious.
But even then, electric cars like to build up to like mine out all the resources and lithiums is like.
Not only that, but the power. Unless you're getting your power from solar power from your roof.
Yeah, I mean,
your electricity bill goes up to like $600.
Yeah, there's grays everywhere, guys. And like I said,
depends on what hill you want to die on.
Yeah, whatever hill you want
to die.
Yeah, and the thing is, you only live once.
Yeah,
you're here for a short while.
Make it
enjoy. Don't go around fucking shit up for everybody else. But enjoy your time here.
Yeah,
treat others like you want to be treated. I'm done ranting, guys.
As always, guys, you can catch me on all things social media at OS_Onslaught, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you guys want to hit up the podcast, we are at Option Select Podcast on all things social media or optionselectpodcast@gmail.com. As always, guys, we love and appreciate every single one of you guys. The best thing that you can do for us is to spread the word to your friends. Also, you could like, subscribe, rate, review, all those good things. The this 5 stars.
5 stars.
5 stars on Apple Podcasts. All of them. But as always, guys, we love and appreciate every single one of you. We hope that we will see you guys again next week.
Yes.
And we look forward to that time when we see you guys.
You're doing your fight companion tomorrow?
Yes, Fight Companion
You and
tomorrow
Kevin?
at at OS_onslaught tomorrow on
Nice.
Twitch.
What's the main event?
It's
Derek
here
Lewis-
in Houston.
Derek
Derek
Lewis is
Lewis and Cyril Gane.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a pay-per-view, right?
Mm-hmm. Which should have been Derek Lewis versus
Nogano?
Ngannou, but Ngannou said he needed more time because, it hadn't been like 6 months. Yeah.
And
whatever.
Derek Lewis did beat Nogano, right?
Yeah.
And then Nogano beat Miocic.
But it was like 3 rounds of no punches thrown.
Well, that's the problem with heavyweights, though.
Yeah, they were too
They
scared of
guessed.
each other's power. No, they were scared of
they
yeah.
respected
They
each
respected
other's
each other
power.
too much.
Which is, yeah.
Yeah, it's good times. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a interesting fight. I think. I don't know. It's gonna be weird, but me and Kevin will be watching that one tomorrow.
That sounds
so.
like fun.
Yeah, man.
I'll be dropping in. I'll be trolling.
Yeah, come on in. Why don't you come over? Why don't you come over, hang out with us?
I might have something going on.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
My
We'll see.
bad. All right.
That's good.
Secrets don't make friends. As always, guys, we love and appreciate every single one of you guys,
Yes,
and we'll
guys.
see you guys next week. Peace
Bye,
out.
guys. Love you.
Late.